Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for joining Mr. Full Profit. Today is Saturday morning. It's about 6:45. I've been up, excited to be with you guys, ladies and gentlemen, at Mr. Full Profit. So the best thing that we're gonna be talking about today is how to find stock and the watch list. Okay. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm Mr. Full Profit. My purpose here, my job is to educate you guys on how to look for stock on a daily basis. If you're doing daily trade, or if you're swinging the stocks or option as well. But today, my main focus is to find five good stock that we're gonna be developing for next week, so that way we could all make some profit. Okay, go ahead and like and subscribe if you like the content. Go ahead and share with your friends. It's gonna benefit everyone. We all part of a team here as a group. So I'm only one person in the studio, so I'm gonna be moving a lot the cameras here and there to try to get it closer to you guys to the best way, so that way you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So now, what it is that I'm gonna go over all the market caps. This is a Reboot platform that I'm using. So this is the stock that we're gonna be go ahead and focusing on today. My take or swim is doing some maintenance, so still it's the same process between take or swim and Reboot. You could do the same thing as well. What I'm gonna be doing down the line, exactly, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to set up your Reboot platform and also your take or swim, which is Schwab now. All right, so let's go ahead and get busy here again. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of enlarge it for you guys so you guys can see my whole screen. Okay, so this is all you need to focus on, those two charts. Okay, let's go ahead and get busy. The goal is today is to try to find, this is my daily, this is two charts separately. This is my daily and this is my weekly. The reason why I'm using a weekly chart, because weekly is a stronger chart that kind of tell you on a weekly basis what each candle is doing. It's strong. It's a strong momentum when it comes to the weekly. So it's always important to have a weekly chart study. Okay, now the stock that we're watching right now is AVGO, right? It's a bullish stock, but it already broke out. But if you could look at the MACD, you can see that it has some juice, which it gave about $4 yesterday. But I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down to the whole chart. We're going for the highest market cap to the lowest one. Okay, perfect here. Now we have Pfizer. Okay, this is Pfizer. My main goal is to try to look for the MACD, the two MACD, right, to be green. Okay, so now I'll say Pfizer. Go ahead and take a piece of paper and pen if you can. That way, or you can review the video and watch it over to see which stock that we're gonna be able to trade for next week. But Pfizer looked like something that could be in the watch list. Okay. Now, Intel, INTC team. Okay, INTC. The reason why I'm showing you that Intel is a great company right now, is a great stock, because if you look at the daily chart, we're gonna draw a line. Okay, there is something called the gap. Okay, it already broke the gap. The gap, as you can see, is between, after that major drop, the gap need to be filled. Okay, so what I usually do is that whenever you see a stock with a gap, you go ahead and put a line between it. So if you look at what I'm talking about, from $21 to 28, you have about $7 run. Now, exactly, not all the time that it usually fill out the gap. Like right now, it did. Oh my God, beautiful, beautiful. If you look at my previous video, team, this is what I'm talking about. Go ahead and take that. Write down Intel, INTC, for next week. Okay, it could be for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. If you're a swinger, I'll say go ahead and get it for 3 weeks. An option call, or 2 weeks, but you gotta really be careful, because what's happening is that sometime it could consolidate, it could go sideways. So I don't want you guys not to make any money. So I'll say take it about 3 weeks, or if you want to take some shares, take it out, buy some shares, because you still have from 23.60 to 28.76. What I would do is that, again, remember we spoke about it. My favorite pin bar is doing a reverse. It did a pullback, and it pulled back on the line. If it failed to go down, and it pushed more. Okay, so Intel has a potential of going up. INTC. Okay, but let's be diligent. Be aware that at least you should be out at least 3 weeks if you're doing option call. Okay, if you're doing stock, it's not an option. It's not a problem, but also be aware that you need to put a stop loss, 10% of your account. So if you have $1,000, I'll go ahead. I know it's kind of small, but I'll go ahead and put 10%. Okay, so a stop loss could be from 23.56. I'll say go ahead and put it low as 22.50. Okay, or you could put it as 22 if you're playing stock. Okay, for a pullback. So now, another thing that we're gonna go ahead and do, since we already got Intel, we have to be careful now. There is a news that came out when it comes to TD Bank, Toronto, Dominion. Guess what happened? They have $3 billion they need to pay the department because of money laundering. So clearly, if we were paying attention to TD Bank, of course, yesterday or the day before, it kind of reacted to the news, because $3 billion for a bank to pay, that's a lot of money, team. But let's look at this here. If you look at the weekly chart, right, you see how everything broke below those 3 candles. Let's go ahead and put a line. I want to make sure I show you guys. That's why I always like to draw. But the purpose here is, even though you draw, if you look at this here, okay, I want to make it clear. It's going to be a lengthy video because I want you guys to understand what I'm doing. Okay, be patient. That was one time a resistant, right? A resistant, and it broke to the resistant, and it did a pullback. But guess what happened here? When the news came back in, which there was already in trouble, it dropped from 62 to 58. So I'm not sure if that stock will make a comeback, but we have to keep an eye on it. But it's in a down position. For the puts, it's in a down position. But I'll be aware. I wouldn't save that yet on my watch list. But NTC is the first stock that we're going to be monitoring. So let's go ahead and look at others. There. Beautiful, team. Beautiful. This is a perfect stock that you could go ahead, because guess what? There is in an uptrend. I'm going to go ahead and draw the uptrend for you. You see, if you take a bar here and just line it up. Okay? You see how it did it has 3 support. It went up, pulled back. It went up, pulled back. And it went up. But the key that I want you to understand here, let's look at the weekly chart. You see how it's curving on top of the MACD. As long the exponential moving average and the MACD, that's how I call it, is in an uptrend, and it hasn't formed the green candle yet, just like this one. Look what happened. It has a long run. So the second one I would say to put on your watch list is there. Okay? Again, they don't have high momentum that much, but if you're buying stocks, go ahead and take there, because at one point there was high as 179. Okay? And now it had dropped to $88. So it's already rebound about 1/4, more than a quarter. So it's at 126 right now. So we left out a lot, about $40, but we still have potential to get to about, I'll say, another $30. We could target it to the next resistance, which is going to be 150. Okay, so Dell and Intel, as you can see, they collaborate together. Those are the computer companies, and I'm pretty sure at one point of time you have Dell and okay. So let's go ahead and keep looking for some beautiful stock. Okay, we doing, we going down the list on the watch list to see. Hilton is already up. I'm waiting for a nice pullback. I want to see something that looks like it's in an uptrend. As you see, Coinbase is trying to rebound on the daily chart, but I'm not liking it yet. It's not showing me a full. But guess what, team? Yesterday, MicroStrategy did a breakout. Okay, remember, like we mentioned before, resistance. If you look at this here, if you were paying attention to micro MSTR, MicroStrategy, you call that, let's go ahead and line it up. Whenever resistance is like it trying to penetrate, right? It will pull back, it tried it, pull back, it tried it. So pretty much after the fourth one, Intel went from yesterday 180 to 212. That was a momentum stop. Option call would have been beautiful. I didn't get a chance to trade that one, but again, it's already gone. I would say you could go ahead and keep an eye on it on Monday for a small pullback at the market. If the market is bullish, guess what? Wait for a pullback and go ahead for the run, because right now MicroStrategy just broke through, so they have a potential to keep running. Okay, so me personally, what I would like to see, it already did a pullback and it already did a breakout, right? So I would love for it to see a nice little pullback again, so I could have a full strength and keep running it. But on Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and put MSTR on my watch list to take some option call. But be aware, we have a lot of earnings coming in as well. Okay, so we already have 3 stocks. So MicroStrategy, Intel, and Dell. Snowflakes been struggling for the longest. At one point it was at 237, now it's at 124. I'm not sure yet. I wouldn't touch Snowflakes now. But let's go ahead. Carvana is been the bomb, but it's already too high. Carvana at one point of time, I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example what's a beautiful stock supposed to do. If you could see here, Carvana was on 2022, Carvana went to 3.55. Right now it's 194. But look at the weekly chart. You see how consistent Carvana in 2 years, how much profit you would have made out of Carvana. Carvana was struggling, but they found a way to make it. Carvana has a potential to go all the way to up to 300, team. Okay, so again, I know it's expensive. It's a slow moving stock. You got to be careful how you trading it. I wouldn't trade it as an option. I would have traded it as a stock. But there is other stock that we could go ahead and pay attention to. Let's go ahead and see what more. I think we already have 3. Net Cloudflare. I kind of like Cloud. Okay. If you can see on a weekly chart, Cloud, it just did a pullback. It did a consolidation for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys why. I'm gonna go ahead and keep an eye on Cloud. And it pretty much kind of broke resistance. It's not too much of a momentum stock, so I would say be careful if you're gonna go ahead and trade it. Options, I would say trying to get at least 2-3 weeks out for Cloud, but go ahead and take a lot of contracts. But you also remember we have earnings, so it's a dangerous week. Banks, we still have more banks coming in, so We have to be aware. Be aware. Okay, that's another one. ZS scalar. Not bad. Not bad. That's something that I need to keep an eye on. But let's go ahead and keep in trying to look for one great company. Okay. Always trade stocks that's popular, that people talking about. That got volatile. Pinterest. I'm not too sure about Pinterest. It has been Moderna, not really good. So all we doing, okay, MDB, but that's a long-term stock. Again, team, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat exactly what I said earlier. Anytime that you see a stock with a big gap, first thing you go ahead and do, okay? After that day it dropped. I want to be clear. It's not all the time it works, but always this is a edge. A drop, there is a gap from 308 to what? Okay? 308 to 242. As you guys can see, I'm not making this thing up. Look at the gap. Yes, it took from May 29, as a matter of fact, May 30th to now. Okay, that's about 5 months in. But guess what happened, team? I'm talking about stocks, okay, or options. You could take it, but it has to be a momentum stock. But look at it. If you would have took 239, 242, right now, you would have made about $50 upside. Again, team, at Mr. Full Profit, take a moment to understand what I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and explain. This is a process that it's been repeated so many times, not all the time. You have to find the reason why. As you could see on that day, it was an earning period, okay? So it dropped. So it was because of the news, it dropped. But that don't mean that the stock is a garbage stock. So whenever it dropped like that, if it's a great company, you got to make sure you do your time investment in there. And guess what happened? From 242 to 308, that's about $60 run. This is a second stock on the watch list that we saw. This stock has potential to go up. The highest that it went was 509. It's still at 292. So it still has $300 to go. Is it gonna go? I'm not sure. But guess what? You could have took some profit from this stock. Okay? So always look in your watch list, which I'm gonna come out with more videos, how to look for a watch list. That way you could be prepared. Earnings gonna be around. So what's gonna be happening is that a lot of stock is gonna miss their earning. They're gonna have a falling gap. And guess what happened when it does have a falling gap? We're gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. All right? So again, team, stay patient with me. Let's go ahead and keep searching. Our job is to find some great companies. We have momentum going right now. Earnings gonna come in, so be patient and let's go ahead. Boom, guys! Again, and again. It repeated itself. I'm not making this thing up, team. Stay with Mr. Full Profit. Let's go ahead. And guess what happened? It's earnings. Tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you guys how to look for stock with earnings. You see, this is my Reboot platform. This is where I do my research as well. I have so many different platforms that I kind of do my research. You saw that on that day, it was earning August 1st. The stock was at $12. It dropped to $9. Yes, it's $3 drop. I understand. It's not a major drop like the other ones. But guess what happened? Snap was reacting to earning, and guess what happened? If you would just go ahead, always do that. Mr. Full Profit say always line up your chart. Okay? Look, I took the bottom and this is the top. Guess what happened? You still have $2 run, traders. Don't be afraid. Look at the weekly chart. The MACD is getting ready to form. Snap is a good company. Again, it was an earning reaction. It went as down as $8.29. As you can see, the MACD are curving to green and everything is above. So it has upside. Snap. If you're doing option calls, take a month out. You know, again, you got to see the momentum, the volume. You know, those stocks are not talking too much. It's not making too much noise. But again, it's in the right direction. So that's about 5 stocks I gave you guys so far, okay? I'm not going to go ahead and hold the whole team down. So I give you guys an edge and what to look for when you're looking for your stock. Look out for gap opportunities, okay? Gap opportunities is the main factor of ways of growing your account. Earnings are becoming. The banks already start giving their earnings. JP Morgan gained about $11 run yesterday. You know, so it's important that we pay attention. So all we doing here, look at this team. Look at this beautiful Domino pizza. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys Domino. Again, look at the gap on earnings. Oh my God, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. For sure. This is it. This is it. I was waiting for those opportunities. Look at that. They are getting ready to jump on. As a matter of fact, Domino came out with their earning yesterday. Oh my God. I missed it, team. Look at that. Domino's. It did a $30 run earning. Came out. It's a revenue $1.08 billion. Beautiful. This stock has from 433 to 469. Why not take it? So those are the stocks. You guys can go ahead and review my videos at Mr. Full Profit. Clearly, team, you see exactly the gap. It has potential. My MACD is forming. So go ahead and take those position that I said, if you like. Again, I'm going to be watching those stocks, okay? I'm not saying for you to trade it, but those are the stocks that I like to trade. So again, at Mr. Full Profit, this is what we do. We wait for earnings. And I'm excited to be with you guys. Like and subscribe, share my videos, and go ahead and keep writing me comments. I'll be replying back and forth. But again, I'm going to start a Patreon page where every day I'm going to be giving some stock picks and stuff like that. How should we be maneuver as well, okay? So I'm working on that so that way I'm not the only one making money. We all making money as a team, okay? My audience is important to me. So, again, so we're going to go ahead and close out with DPZ. As you guys could see, they came out with a beautiful earning. But the thing is, the gap is getting ready to be full, okay? Not all the time. So if you're in profit, okay, whenever the gap or whatever, how many share, start taking some share as soon as you're in the profit, at least 50%. Usually when I'm doing option, it's about 30%. But if it's for long term, you could go ahead. You have time. All right. So again, thank you again for joining Mr. Full Profit. It's early morning. I know a lot of people are sleeping, but whenever you get a chance, go ahead and watch this video. And it was pretty interesting what we found so far. Later on, I'm going to be doing a video about earnings, what's going to be hot for next week, what to be looking for. So stay tuned at Mr. Full Profit. All right. Thank you so much for your time.